Junction, River City next stop.
You're crazy with the heat. Credit's no good for a notion salesman.
Why not? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an anvil salesman. Your firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
River City.
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button hooks. Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods. Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods. Cash for the noggins and the pagans and the persons.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
You can talk, you can talk. You can bicker, you can talk. You can bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk, and you talk, and you talk, 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 talk. Bicker, bicker, bicker. Talk all you want, but it's different than what?
No, it ain't. But you gotta know the territory. Ever meet a fellow by the name of Hill? 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 No! To minute. Never heard of any salesman Hill. Now he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory?
What's the fellow's line? To minute. Never worries about his line. Or a doggone thing. He's just a bang, beat, bell ringing, big hole, great, go, necker, nothing, ripple, and every time a bullseye salesman. That's Professor Hill. What's the lie? He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory. Well, what do you talk? He's a music man. He's a what? He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums and the big brass bass. And the piccolo. Uniforms too, with the shiny gold braid on the coat and a big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks perhaps, and here and there juice cart.
No, the fellow sells bands, kids' bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king, and he dallies, and he gathers, and he bluffs, and he shines. And when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him.
Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City, across the state line to Iowa. River City, population 2,212. But
All right, if you're all through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill. You really know Harold Hill? Never saw him once in my life, but I know this much. He's giving every one of us a black eye. After he's worked the town over, the next salesman to arrive gets automatically tarred and feathered and rode out of the city limits on a rail.
But why should you get rode out of town on a rail?
Because in order to sell band instruments and uniforms and instruction books, he is guaranteed to form them kids into a band, with himself as the leader. Should like to be around to catch up with that guy. Well, it won't be on the strip, not in Iowa, not even the great Professor Harold Hill won't try to sell them neck-bowed Hawkeyes out here.
Oh, why, gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
I don't believe I caught your name.
I don't believe I dropped it.
around in your drawers all day.
And there I was in the Madison Hospital, and nobody come see me. Cousin Will never come, Aunt Bertha never come.
Your Aunt Bertha's dead.
She wanted to come anyway.
We can be cold, that's our calling. Thermometers in December. And you ask about our weather in July. And we're so high as that we can stand touching noses for a week at a time and never see eye to eye. But we'll give you our shirt and a back with it if your crop should happen to die. So much. You're welcome. Glad to have you with us, even though we may not ever mention it again. You really ought to give Iowa all of
Oh, yes, Mr. Squires. I was just interested in the rig for Sunday, and I was hoping you could accommodate me.
And I expect you ought to see the man in charge of hiring rigs, who is late as usual. Gregory!
Marcellus!
Yo, son going?
Shh.
But Greg,
Hill's the name. Professor Harold Hill.
but Greg, what are you doing here? Why didn't you let him know he was coming?
I didn't know it was myself. Besides, how was I supposed to know you end up in a little tank town like this? I mean, you're a pretty big slicker when you're in the business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you were.
Oh.
Besides, I got myself a nice comfortable girl. Little Toffmeyer, boss needs.
Gone legitimate, eh? I knew you'd come to no good.
So, what's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business. I heard you was in steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No!
So, give me the lowdown here, Mars.
You'll never get anywhere with these stubborn Iowans, Greg. Besides, we've got ourselves a stuck-up music teacher that'll expose you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's a librarian, female.
Oh, perfect. That's just what I wanted to hear. When she passes by, point her out to me.
I will. How are you going to start the pitch?
Oh, same old way. Just keep that music teacher off balance. And I'll have to get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. I'll have to create a desperate need for a kids band. What's new around here? What can I use?
Nothing. Oh, except the billiard parlor has been a new pool table.
They've never had a pool table here before?
No, only billiards.
That'll do. Oh, my friend. Either you are closing your eyes to a situation and you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are unaware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Oh, right here. I say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player. Certainly mighty proud to say it. I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with the cue in my hand are gold. Help me cultivate horse sense and a cool head and a keen eye. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets to the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum, with a capital B and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Now, I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're loafing around that hall? They be trying out Vivo, trying out Cubit, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette fiends, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up their telltale breath with sense. And one fine night, they leave the pool hall, heading for the dance of the Arby. Libertine men, scolded women, and ragtime. Shameless music will drag your son, your daughter, to the arms of the jungle. Animal instinct, mass hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground trouble. Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
With a capital T that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Oh, we surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Gotta figure out a way to give the young ones more after school. Mother's River City. Heed this warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The moment you suddenly leaves the house, to see rebucklers knickerbockers below the knee.
Trouble!
Be certain to memorize jokes from Captain Billy's whiz bag.
Trouble!
Are certain words creeping into his conversation, words like swell.
Trouble!
And so's your old man.
Trouble!
Well, then if so, my fine friend, you got trouble. Right here in River City. With a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Oh, we surely got trouble. Oh, right here in River City. With a T, gotta rhyme with P. And that stands for pool. Excuse me, do I know you from
No.
Did you happen to drop your,
No.
I'll only be in town a short while.
Good. Hello, Mama.
Hello, dear.
Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town.
Oh, who?
I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried to. All right, Amaryllis, now your exercises. La, re, ti, mi, a little slower, and please keep the fingers curved as nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind my saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Excuse me for living, but I never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with the same old comment about the mentality of River City people and taking it all as wish to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all them other highfalutin Greeks.
Now, Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
No, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about that stranger.
What stranger?
With the suitcase who may be your very last chance.
Now, Mama, do you think I'd allow a common masher? Now, really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, but I have no intention.
I know all about your standards. You don't mind my saying so. There's just a man alive for which hope to measure up. So let me Paul Bunyan, St. Patton, or Webster. Clock it for yourself. Let our imagination drive with stubbornness in the library with books.
That isn't the best I've ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have a?
May I have a drink, please?
Yes, dear.
Winthrop, it's after dark. Is that a way to walk in the house?
Hello.
That won't do at all. I'll have a kiss from my boy. That lady over there is your sister, young man. Hello, Winthrop. Winthrop, where's your manners? I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you come? I would especially like it very much if you'd come. Winthrop? Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you to a party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We know all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I'll bet he won't say it.
No, thank you, Amaryllis.
Amaryllis! Amaryllis! Why does he get so mad at people just because he lisps?
It's not only because he lisps.
It's just part of it.
What's the other part?
Well, never you mind, dear. It's just he never talks very much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, we all have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me, but I do to him. Every night, I say goodnight to him in the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it, too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Oh, there, darling. If not Winthrop, there will be someone else. You've got plenty of time.
Never. Not an old maid like you. I'm sorry, Miss Marion.
For the time being, just say goodnight, my someone. You can put the right name in when the right someone comes along.
All right. It's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
I'm sure we're all grateful to my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, for leading the singing. As mayor of River City, I welcome you, River Citizens, to the 4th of July exercises set up for the indoors here in Madison Gymnasium on account of the weather. Fourscore-and-7 years ago. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. The members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagreement about the costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Women's Historical Society will present a spectacle, My Wife! In which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take a leading part.
I'm shot! George, who shot me?
Who set off that crackle?
I know who did it. Tommy Gillis did it. Tommy Gillis did it.
Yes, it was Tommy Gillis.
Tommy, leave side, will you?
Mrs. Shin will recover. The Paynes fireworks spectacle, last days of Pompeii, will take place, provided the rain stops by 9:30.
raining. Didn't the Gazette predict fair?
Sure did, Ewart. That's why we're prepared for a storm.
The Gazette is accurate most of the time, and you know it, JC.
You wouldn't last long in the banking business being accurate most of the time.
Will you members of the school board stop bickering in public?
All in the world I was trying to say was
Never mind. 77 years ago, our forefathers.
We heard that there was a pool table in town.
That's what I heard. Now, just a minute.
Is it a pool table or isn't it?
Will you allow me to get on with the exercises?
We don't want any more exercises until we get pool table matters settled.
We must protect our children. Resist sin and corruption. Oh, smite that devil and keep our young boys pure. May I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with this troubled friend with a wave of my hand, this very hand. Please observe me if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize University Kids Band. Oh, think, my friends, who can any pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone? Remember, my friends, what a handful of drum players did to the famous, fabled walls of Jericho. Oh, Billy Park walls come a-tumbling down. Oh, yes, band will do it, my friends. Oh, yes, I said a kids band, do you hear me? I said River City's gonna have a kids band, and I mean she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand. River City's gonna have a kids band. And as sure as the Lord did the green apples, and that band is going to be in uniform. Yes, Johnny, Willie, Susie, Fred. And you'll see the glitter of crashing cymbals, and you'll hear the thunder of rolling drums, and the shimmer of trumpets. Dun-da-da! And you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great creator W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets led the way. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and horse platoons, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell euphoniums and big bassoons, each bassoon having its peak fat to say. There were 50 mountain cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters could improvise a full octave higher than the sky.
spellbinder. I want his credentials. Grab that hoodlum.
Thank you, Professor. Have to make an example of him. Bingley, you know what he does, the gang does.
Jeez, Pete, let me go.
You wild kid, you. Tagging down Main Street after my oldest girl last Sunday.
I wasn't either tagging.
Don't you contradict me.
We was just walking together, Diesel Pete.
You watch your phraseology. I know what you was doing. My little Gracie seen ya. Now you stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll hear from me till who laid the rails. Hill, I'll talk to you Monday morning about this band thing. Over at City Hall, 10 o'clock sharp. Men, I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Oh, don't worry, Constable. I'll be responsible for the boy.
You know this kid, he's tough, and he's got his gang waiting outside.
Here, Constable. I'll show you how to break up a gang. Oh, excuse me, miss? Yes, you. What's your name?
Zanita, I don't have any idea you was beckoning to me. Ye gats.
Do you know Tommy Gillis?
Well,
Zanita, this is Tommy. Tommy, take her home. By way of the candy kitchen.
But, sir, do I have to?
Oh, you have to.
Yes, sir.
ye gats.
Professor, you're pretty bright young fellow. You made a couple of mistakes, though.
Oh?
The main happens on the bird pile on that new pool table.
Oh, and, what was my other mistake?
That's Ania. She's the Minnesota's girl.
Just a minute, Professor Hill. We need your credentials. We're the school board.
Academic certificate. Nothing of the kind.
We need letters and papers.
Put up a bond.
Gentlemen. What am I hearing? Oh, you, sir, yes, you. Say. Ice cream.
Ice cream, but I don't sing, young man, if that's where
All right. Just talk then, but down here.
Ice cream.
Yes, but talk slow.
Ice cream.
Yes, perfect. Now you.
Ice cream.
And you, sir?
Ice cream.
Ladies, from now on, you'll never see one of those men without the other three.
Oh, Professor, you're wrong. They've hated each other for 15 years.
Ice cream.
How can there be
Any sin insincere? Aren't we sincerely
in love? Oh, excuse me, were you just in the,
No,
I have some wonderful caramels over the hotel.
Mr. Hill.
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what college do they give a degree for annoying women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. You see, I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, class of '05.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go?
Not exactly.
Another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some people in this town. And I think it only fair to mention to you that I have a shelf full of reference books that may give me some very interesting information about you.
Oh, Professor Hill, we're all agog. Simply agog.
On the K-Vive.
Everyone's so excited about the band.
I'm Ethel Toffelmeyer, and this is Miss Squires and Miss Hicks. And of course, you've met Eulalie McKechnie Shin, our mayor's wife. Isn't it exciting, Eulalie?
Oh, I could not say. Oh no, I could not say it this time. My husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure, and naturally, I'm reticent. Oh yes, I'm reticent.
Oh, yes, of course, Miss Shin, but you see, a part of the band requires a committee on the dance, and if that position is not yet fulfilled in the time that I Oh. Oh, Miss Shin. Your foot. Your foot, the way you raised it just now.
Oh, well, I have a bunion there that bothers me.
Oh. What natural grace. What elegant flow of line and movement.
Mr. Hill.
Oh, surely she must accept the auxiliary on the ladies' dance committee, mustn't she, ladies?
Oh, yes, please, you must, Eulalie.
Oh, Miss Shin, every move you make bespeaks Delsart.
Eulalie, my technique, why, that is dancing. Well?
Then you accept?
Yes, indeed, and I would like to say...
Thank you. And I would like some information on the piano teacher. Miss Marion? Well, she's the librarian.
Piccolo, talk a little, piccolo, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, piccolo, a little more. Piccolo, talk a little, piccolo, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, piccolo, a little more. Piccolo, talk a little, piccolo, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, piccolo, talk a little, piccolo, talk a little, cheep, 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 cheep.
Professor, her kind of woman doesn't belong on any committee. Of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but she advocates dirty books.
Dirty books?
Chaucer!
Rabelais.
And the worst thing, of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but...
The man lived on my street, let me tell.
Stop! I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town till she came here. Old miser Madison.
Miser Madison? As in Madison Picnic Park? Madison Gymnasium? Madison Hospital? That Miser Madison?
Exactly. Who do you think he was anyways?
I should say, show off. Gave the town library too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, he left the library building for the city.
But he left all the books to her.
She was seen going and coming from his place. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Some of my brazen overtures with the gathered guarantee to the golden blend Orion silver, voice and capture wit. Just melt it down and throw a veil, a love of lead as cold as steel. Here, where one's heart should be. He left River City, the library building, but he left all the books to her. Chaucer, Rabelais, Walter.
Why, certainly, gentlemen. I just want over the hotel. Please, come with me. Oh, good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to the Oh, Miss Peru, do you realize that you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Why, if your boy had those same splendid cheekbones and amazing facial characteristics, well, by George. Well, he can never be truly great, you see, after all, because of the...
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark. Oh, Mendez. Oh, Klein.
But, Professor, we are Irish.
No. No, really? Oh, sign here, Miss Prue. Your boy was born to play the cornet. And, of course, there'll be, $7. Oh, earnest money. Nothing more due till the first installment at the first band practice. Thank you. And, of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his, band uniform.
His uniform.
Would it have a
Stripe? Oh, why, certainly, boy. A big red stripe running right down the middle. How do you like the sound of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. So if you get him to play in that band, it'll be a miracle. Where are you from, Professor?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary, Indiana Conservatory was my alma mater.
Was she now?
Gold medal class of art 5. Oh. Hello, Miss Marion.
Mr. Hill,
He wants to put Winthrop in the band.
do you burst in on everyone's homes like this?
Marion!
We're not interested.
Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
I do hope you'll excuse Marion, Professor. She's not
Oh,
really...
please, Miss Prue. I'm sure at heart she's as lovely as yourself. Have a good day.
Good day to you. Marion Peru!
Has he gone?
I hope not forever! Darling, don't you ever think of your future? Gary, Indiana, conservation class vote 5. Now, darling...
Oh, Mama, the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, darling, all right. Only it's a well-known principle. If you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop! Winthrop, I know you're there. Would you go down to the library and ask Miss Grubb for the book I set aside? It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, a large brown volume with black corners.
Do I have to?
Oh, you won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Now, what are you up to? Why do you need books at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal may help me poke some very large holes in the professor's claims.
Well, I give up. What kind of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, I'm not waiting for a man in shining white armor. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, what my heart would say if it only knew how. Please, dear Venus, show me now. All I want is a plain man. All I want is a modest man, a quiet man, a gentleman, a straightforward, an honest man to sit with me in a cottage somewhere in the state of Iowa, and I would like him to be more interested in me than he is in himself, and more interested in us than in me. And if occasionally he'd ponder what makes Shakespeare and Beethoven great, him I could love till I die. Him I could love till I die. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, let me walk with him where the others ride by. Walk and love him till I die. Till I
Zunita, hey Zunita. Meet me after supper? Meet you where? The footbridge.
Last time the lumberyard, and now the footbridge, and where will you meet me after that? In the black hole of Calcutta? Ye gads. Tommy, it's Papa.
Didn't I say get that spellbinder Harold Hill's credentials? I said it morning of July 4th, 1912.
Yes, George, but...
And now the whole town's turned upside down. The school board is singing up street and down alley instead of tending to city matters.
Mayor Shin, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
Ah. His, who?
His university.
I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I can ever get out of him. Gary, conservatory, class of '05.
Yes, I think if you'll just take the time to read a little about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look much further. It's on page 53.
Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon's just coming up from the depot.
At this hour of the day, the Wells Fargo wagon?
It could be the band instrument.
The band instruments? I want that man's credentials.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
I got a box with maple sugar on my birthday.
In March I got a gray napkin on. And once I got some cream fruit from Grandpa.
Ford sent me a bathtub and a cross-gun saw.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. A free big surprise for COD.
It could be curtains or dishes or a double.
Or it could be
Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be.
something special
Something very, very special now.
just for me.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming now. I don't know how I could ever wait to see. It could be something with someone who is no relation, but it could be something special just for me. Hooray! It's the band instrument.
Here you are, Winthrop.
My cornet. Gee, thanks, Professor.
Kids, you will each receive individual instruction books in due course, but in the meantime, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and remember the minuet in G. La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da, la-dee-da, la-dee-da.
Sister, I never thought I'd ever see anything so scrumptious as this scrumptious solid gold thing. Oh, sister.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill, but I better hear some by gad tootin' out of them horns in pretty short order, or I'll see you in front of a grand jury. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
Now, George.
Hold on, I gotta get something from the librarian. About the book.
I've never seen Winthrop so happy. Thank you, Professor.
My pleasure, Miss Prue. Huh. Marion, Madam Librarian. But when I try in here to catch your ear, I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marion, it's a long lost cause. I can never win. For the civilized world accepts as unforgivable sin any talking out loud with any librarian, such as Marion.
Lovely ladies, lovely. Smile, girls, smile.
Let's think it's you.
Oh, yes, it's you.
Please, kids. Mrs. Shin will have my head.
Mr. Washburn, we're entitled to 5 more minutes.
You think you can hold these kids back? Go ahead. Start her up, Mr. Washburn. All right, will it be? The Shapoopy.
Shapoopy!
Well, a fellow who goes on great first days, usually shines, preps. A fellow who tries for more than a kiss, and the night reps. But a fellow who waits for a girl to say when, heaven clouds shout amen. The sky shall date again. Shapoopy, 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 shapoopy.
The boy who sees the light
Shapoopy, shapoopy, shapoopy.
will treat the woman right.
Get your hands off my daughter!
Papa! Mr. Shin, Your Honor, me and your daughter have been going steady behind your back, but we'd rather go in front of it, but...
I'm gonna warn you once more.
Now, George.
Not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means peep.
You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now, get out. Get out, you wild kid.
Papa, please. It's Capulets like you that make blood in the marketplace. Ye gads!
You watch your phraseology, young woman. Go home.
Mr. Mayor, I want you to know that I'm vouching for Tommy Gillis. Why, that boy's got the confidence of every kid in this town. They'll be waiting in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of the broken legs they'll get from tripping over their beards. I'll tell you something, my fine young feathered. My feathered young. Never mind. Oliver, JC, Ewart, Olin. I want this man's references and I want them tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slicker than a Mississippi sturgeon.
Professor Hill, I think the mayor's behaved abominably, and I think it was wonderful of you standing up for Tommy.
Well, a man can't dodge the issue every time a little personal risk involved. Now, what does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths, the brave man 500.
Yes. Anyway, I just wish I was a little more informed. I've been wanting to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
Ah, his cornet? Mother Pearl
I'm
Keys.
sure it's
one of-
fine. He tells me about some, think system. If he thinks the minuet in G, he won't have to bother with the notes. No, Professor.
Oh, now, Miss Marion, the think system is a revolutionary new method. Now, I cannot discuss these matters in public, but if I can call, when may I call?
Why, any night this week.
Piccolo, piccolo, taccolo, tick, 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 taccolo, piccolo, piccolo, coming through. Please, join our dog start committee. We were so here tonight. We'll be with Professor Hill. Get with the movie for your floor. Got a golden shirt, hair, and silver shoes for all to see. We know that you will soon unfold a forgiving heart of dearest gold. Here, where woman's heart should be. Fairy princess, moving floor.
Mama! Winthrop, where have you been?
Fishing?
Fishing?
We were with Harold.
You mean Professor Hill?
And look, I still have some worms.
Did you have a good time, dear?
He told me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana. And he said he'd take me there someday. And he taught me a song that hardly has any S's in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me well.
If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how it happened on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
Not Louisiana, Paris, France, we will go wrong.
Oh, Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home.
I'll be back in a minute. I have to show Amaryllis my live frog.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Live frog.
Leave the dishes, Mama. I'll do them.
Why, you the piano teacher in town?
Yes.
Then you must know about this fellow Hill from the kids' band here.
Yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling, two-bit thimble rigger. I'm just passing through. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop.
Who are you?
Charlie Cowell. Anvil salesman. Now I'm just out to protect the good name of traveling fraternity from the swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake my old lady's corset cover. That fellow's been a raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth just long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me. He's not going to spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music teacher are you? You didn't see through him? He's no more professor.
Oh, yes, I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director, and his scholastic is...
Now, wait a minute. Fine director? Have you heard one note of music from any band?
No, but...
But nothing, girly girl. He never formed a band in his life, and he never will.
You'll never make that train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir. I got a leave word, and I see you ain't the one to leave a whiff.
I've never met a man who sells anvils before. That's something quite different.
Takes a real salesman, can I tell you that? Anvils have a limited appeal, you know. What am I doing? Miss a train at the crossing and I'll get fired. But I got a leave word about that fellow Hill.
Leave word with me.
Not your tin type. How do I know you'll deliver these letters?
Try me. There's your train. Better run for it.
Why, you double-dealing little... Who do you think you're protecting? That guy's got a girl in every county in Illinois. That's 102 counties. Not counting the piano teachers he cozied up to keep your mouth shut. Neither one of you heard the last of me, girly girl.
Marion, who are you talking to just now? Why, Professor Hill.
Top evening to you, Miss Prue. Miss Marion.
You and Marion have come up and said I've got some jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, then I'll go put some on.
So, shall we, set, as your mother said?
Well,
Oh, you did ask me to call.
Professor, is it true that you've... What I mean to say is it must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say words again, I did like that.
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Oh, now, Miss Marion, you can't believe everything you hear. After all, one even hears rumors of librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
Miser Madison. My father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me an assured job so Mama and Winthrop and I would have some security. Surely you don't believe...
No, of course not, but that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Now, why do you think people start these rumors?
Narrow-mindedness? Jealousy? Jealousy mostly, I guess.
And jealousy mainly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Just that... But of course it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to... Well, I mean, take you, for instance. Your attentions to customers and, well, teachers might be easily misinterpreted, mightn't they?
No,
I mean, no, honestly, mightn't they?
Miss Marion,
And so you say if another salesman or someone were jealous, well, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Now, Miss Marion,
It just proves you should never believe everything you hear. I mean, if you discuss things...
Miss Marion, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you, but... could we do it sitting down? You do sit, your knees bend and all?
We could sit on the porch steps.
Or we can sit on a hollow log over the footbridge.
I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Oh, just to talk.
Oh, please, no. Maybe some other time. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, my dear little librarian. Pile up enough tomorrows and have nothing left but a bunch of empty yesterdays. No, I don't know about you, but I'd like to make tonight worth remembering. The footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama!
What?
I've just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be and saints be praised it works.
What does?
I've been using the things this morning from the parlor. One Grecian urn, 2 Grecian urns, and a fountain.
Listen to this man!
You gullible green grass goats. I'm talking about Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, pickpocket. Same thing. He's had his hand in your wallet, mister, and yours, madam, and even yours, little lady, ever since the first moment he came to this town. There's more documented evidence than you'll ever have time to read. There isn't a band, there has never been any band, and there never will be any band. And if you don't hunt this man down like a mad dog right now, there won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now will you believe me?
Well, what are we waiting for? I want my money back.
Money back I want is high. After him. And when you find him, bring him to the schoolhouse. After him.
Everything.
What time's the freight go?
9:40 from the junction.
Well, it's hardly even 8:30 yet.
Look, if you want to turn whirl around and get yourself kind of trapped, you go ahead.
Oh, relax, Mars. I'll meet you at the hotel in plenty of time. Get the rig. Oh. Miss Marion. You're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
Well, what I meant was, I'd say about 26 years late. Took you all this time to get to the footbridge with the fella.
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh?
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose I'm not the first to find it easier to think clearly when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Oh, now, Miss Marion, you certainly don't think I've been selling you anything.
No, you've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
I don't recall giving.
Oh, yes, you have. Something beautiful. There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you.
There are a lot of things you don't know about me.
Great.
Oh, excuse me for one moment. I was expecting a telegram from Hector Berliozzi, and this could be it. Now what?
Who's a salesman here? Seems like she's selling and you're buying.
Just had to keep her off balance, didn't I?
Well, she saw off balance now. You can't tell her from a capo in a hurricane.
Get the rig. Never a peaceful moment in the music business, eh? So, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Oh, well, we don't really have to get into that right now, do we?
No, we don't. Or ever, for that matter, Harold. You see, the librarian hasn't felt like doing much research lately, but she did plenty when you first got here.
Oh, about what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory, gold medal class of Ot 5. Harold, there wasn't any Gary Conservatory in Ot 5.
Oh, I certainly...
Because the town wasn't even built until Ot 6. I'll see you at the sociable.
How long have you known?
Since July 7th. 3 days after you came.
Why, you little...
He isn't anywhere around here. Let's try down by the creek.
Winthrop? Oh, Winthrop!
Now wait just a minute there, son.
I'm not your son. Leave me go.
Now till I talk to you for a little bit.
I won't listen. You won't tell the truth anyway.
Would too.
Would not.
Would too. Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yes.
Leave me go, you big liar.
Hey, what's the matter? You wanted the truth, didn't you? So I'm bigger than you, so you might as well quit wiggling and stand there and take it. Now, there are two things that you're entitled to know. One is that you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the start. And the whole reason I wanted you to join the band in the first place is you stop moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
Well, I always think there's a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, that other thing isn't really any of your business now that I think of it.
I wish you'd never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
I believe everything he ever said. The way all you kids in this town walked around all summer and looked and acted. Especially you, Winthrop. And the parents, too. Does Mama wish he'd never come to River City?
Well, you don't you?
No, Winthrop. Now go, Harold, please.
Go on, Professor, hurry.
I can't go, Winthrop.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door.
Greg, they're here, that way.
Go on, Professor, that way.
Virtue has triumphed! The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I have heard, who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I would not say them nay.
Well, I should think there ought to be some of you who could forget our everlasting Iowa stubborn chip-on-the-shoulder arrogance. Long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill arrived. Do you remember? Well, do you? Surely some of you ought to be grateful to him for what he's brought here. And if so, I would think you'd want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's a person in this hall who doesn't think this man Hill should be tarred and feathered, please step forward. Eulalie, step back.
No!
Have you people forgotten how you bought expensive uniforms, technical instruction books, and high-priced band instruments? Have you forgotten the clear understanding and warranty that your children would be taught to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
Think, kids. Think.
That's my Barney! That too is my Barney!
Linus, play to me, son. Play to me.
Home, my friend. Either you were closing your eyes to a situation you don't wish to acknowledge, or you're unaware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, I say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Help me cultivate horse sense and a cool head and a keen eye. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in a table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.